Good morning everyone and welcome to the weekend. It's Saturday, right? So we are about to hit Watopia, but for fun. Originally I planned the workout, but it turned out that I don't have the time. So for fun I'm going to Watopia and I'm going to the out and back again. I'm going on the Tacx route, and here somewhere I will take a ride and then I will go on the mountain bike course. Then I will do a few laps on it, just for fun. In the meantime I'm on the calorie mission, so we will see. Quarter. Okay, here we go. The mountain bike course is strong enough, not strong enough, hard enough to gain some TSS, and I need a break. Yesterday I did some swimming and running, swimming in the pool and running outdoor, so it was quite fun. But on the other hand, I need some easy fun in Watopia. Okay, why I have two sets of gloves here? No idea. So, Tacx should take me, and moving around the mountain, should take me the fastest way to the mountain bike course. Let's see. Let's get to it. It's about 3.5 kilometers to the course. Oh, and one thing I forgot. My apologies. Let me try to turn on the camera for the controlling equipment. That's it. Now I only need a small tack. Here it is. So, on the second camera above my head, you can see my wheel turning. And this is it. This is an equipment made by a Hungarian guy, and it's quite fun to use. So yeah, I was out swimming yesterday. First swim after, I don't know, 5 years or 4.5 or something. And before that, 4.5 years ago, I wasn't really a strong swimmer, and I was never a strong swimmer. But from 2003 to 2007 I swam constantly, but now I'm getting back to it. Good morning, Corton. Welcome to the stream. Or good evening for you, right? I was out swimming yesterday. It was fun. It went better than expected. I did some very basic drills, but I managed to do 1,600 meters, and I was slow. Like in freestyle I managed to do 2 minutes 5, 2 minutes 10 per 100 meters. It's very slow. But that's a start, right? So if I remember correctly, in my best days back in 2006 probably, I was able to do what was the pace? 50 seconds, no, less than 50 seconds per 50 meters. So it was around 140, 145 per 100 meters. But that was way back then. And I needed 2.5 years to catch that. A lot of technical improvement and such, so yeah, that was me back then. Now nowadays I'm trying to, here we go, meet the corners. Nowadays I'm trying to bring up the volume with the swimming. So my first month target 100 yards. What's 100 yards in meters? Okay, it's almost the same. I mean, no, it's 9 meters different, but still. That's nice, 115. I would be over the moon by that. Probably you slowed down. Yeah, you gain muscles, but probably you slow down because your area, your skin area grows. I don't know. It's just a wild hint. So about halfway to the mountain bike course. 130 is absolutely doable, I think. Especially if you have a swimming background. I don't think there will be any problem with that. Okay, wrong screenshot. Good morning, Pinklev. Getting married. Good luck for them. Or I don't know what I usually say in your place, but good luck for them. The best friend, so he's young as well, right? So 1 more kilometer to the mountain bike course. Tell me that your nephew is not 15 years old. Six, getting heavy, around 6, around the age of 6. The extra pounds. It makes him about 25 kilograms. That's heavy. My daughter is 20 something, 21, 22. Sometimes I pick her up on my shoulders, like sitting in on my neck, and after a couple of minutes it's really a strain. Yeah. You should write up a couple of training breaststroke score then. Doing that. Damn, I feel that run and swim in my legs. I did a couple of 100 meters of breaststroke and a couple of 100 meters of freestyle, and now I feel, but for freestyle I'm not using my legs, only for stabilizing myself, so not kicking, but for breaststroke I feel the muscles properly. Maybe that mountain bike wasn't the best idea. Aren't we all, when we spend our paycheck? I paid the kindergarten and order this and that. Okay, so here we go. Mountain bike first. And still I have to pay the bank loan. So this time around, I'm not fixing my phone in the bracket properly. Maybe it's not a good idea, but okay. Let's go. Point to straight. Okay, I'm pointing it straight and waiting for calibration. Then I will decrease the intensity. Here we go. There was an intensity stuff too. Okay, there it is. So let's try with this. Last time I left it in the middle and it was okay. It feels better now. I have to move around a lot to control too. Let's see. Why did I lose half a star? I didn't hit the sides. Never mind that. Now here I hit the sides. Actually crushing it. I mean rather crashing it than crushing it. I wish the same, Colton. We have $1 or euro, whatever, for every screenshot I take. I think in the USA you can buy the kicker on a loan without interest, probably. So that's somewhere. Check that on Zwift.com/shop. Probably you can find something there. I will pick the 10 million. I will pick the 10 million straight away. If you can get money straight away, then pick that option. You can't really control it from here. You can't see the route. Let's go back. There's a snaps. I take about 10 to 30 snaps per ride. So that makes it 1,000 in 100 ride, yeah? Finger snaps, okay. Well, that bird is really good in standing on nothing. I think I adjust my steering sensitivity. It feels off. Okay, I just stop here, center my bars. Okay, let's go. My phone probably moved in the bracket. I mean, it's not in the bracket, it's simply put on my aero bars. I hope it's not falling down, because then I will crash in everything. And my phone is definitely turning. So when I'm fixing it, it's off again. Not Twitch friendly? You mean like... Why not Twitch friendly? So I can't... Yeah, okay, I got it. Can't really focus, and that's right. I can't really focus. Yeah, especially that I have the chat on my left side, not on the main monitor, not the main screen. Yeah, that's true, but not here. Here I have the time because I'm going slowly upwards. So I'm planning on 3 laps here, finish off the day. Almost up there. Okay, my legs are burning. I didn't realize it yesterday after the swim and run combo. For sure they are. Finally I'm up. Oh, that was good. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, this is the usual. I earn this and that. I just send it and then go back to the start line. I don't have to turn it. These are not the skills, but thank you. So, on the road, it doesn't matter if I turn the bar or not. It's fixed, yeah? It's only available on Repack Ridge mountain bike route. I can't turn right away to mountain bike route. I have to go past the crossroad and come back again. So here we go. just turn here. Now I'm going to the route again. Falling noise? What falling noise? I'm not aware of that. Failing noise, okay. Now let's see the route again. It asks me again about if I want to try it. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, center it. Start. And that. I wonder if it goes. No, it doesn't default. So, okay. Probably it was the sticker, yeah. Let's listen to it, I will try that again. UP 140.6. I would wonder why the name. If I weren't into triathlon. I wasn't into triathlons. Why it is an okay line? I didn't go to the blue one, that's true. Okay, now I hit the side. There's I can't get all the stars. One is already full empty. But it doesn't really matter because I already have the mountain bike unlocked. So I did 9 stars under 12.5 minutes back when it was released for second or third try, I think. So not chasing that anymore. Just coming here for fun. Now let's see if I can try to follow the route. It's still an okay star. Why? Never mind that. I don't think they will make that Orton. No. Probably there will be options for tracks or races where you have the option to control your bike into cornering and such, because the cornering and the steering actually is there since John Mayfield dreamed about Zwift. Not about Zwift, but the program he wants to build. So it's there since 2010, but just simply ignored it. Makes it much more user-friendly program if you don't have to control it. And back then, 2010, 2011, everybody had iPhone 3Gs, Samsung Galaxy S, HTC something, and that was about it. And those were slow starts to control the steering. Even nowadays, you have to have at least slightly above average phones, mobile devices to control it. Lots of middle range phones failing with the gyroscope. So it's a tricky question, because what if you are in a race where you have to control your avatar but you don't have the equipment to do it, but you really love that race? So that would limit the options of participants, limit the number of participants. So I don't think they will do that, or not for every route. Probably they will introduce some gravel or crit race where you have to control your bike with steering, but I guess so it will be a very limited control, not like here. Actually, on some occasion it would be good to control it. For example, when I got stuck in the draft behind somebody. Let's say he's doing 3 watts per kilograms on flat. I'm doing 3.8. I can't get past him or her. So yeah. Nowadays, if you want to get past somebody quickly, you have to make it 1.5 watts per kilogram difference. During the tour of London, it happened to me and to others multiple times that we had a gap in the group and we couldn't catch up because we stuck behind a guy who is doing slightly less than us. In reality, you would take over slowly, but in Zwift you got stuck. And if you want to push, for me, if I want to push above 4 watts per kilogram, that would mean 330, 340 for a few minutes. And for longer distances, it's simply not feasible. Yeah, getting stuck behind people sucks, to be polite. So the issue, if you see the gap, and you see that the guy or 2 or 3 guys in front of you doing 2.5 watts per kilograms, no problem, you just kick the pedals for a few seconds, you get out of the draft and go. But if they're doing, I would say, you are within 10%, it's an approximate value, I never counted it. If you're doing 10% less and already on higher force, it's a tough thing to get past them. So in that case, controlling your bike would be nice to get out from draft and pushing the same values so you would get past them. But I'm not expecting more. I'm not expecting road surfaces with control this year in 2020. I expect 1 or 2 gravel cores over the year. That would make more sense. And probably a gravel one would be nice. So no 10, 30, 15% of incline, but 5 to 6 best. You can bring your own bike, like your gravel bike or mountain bike, from the garage, because now it's default to Zwift mountain bike. So, and I will make it longer, like 10 kilometers or so, because now it's 3 point something, 2 point something, I don't know, 3 I think, 3 something. So longer one, with lower incline percentage and multiple bike choices, and with control. That would be nice. Hell, it's not full of stars, that's for sure. I wonder what's clicking. You know, the clicking noise that you know don't find like ever, and drives you crazy on the bike. Okay, probably not the saddle. Yeah, I've seen that. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, clicking. So it's my knee. No, it's the pedal or the bottom bracket, I think. Yeah, I saw CB Arcade, and that was a nasty divorce they did last year with Zwift. CB Arcade looked like it will be the official platform for racing in Zwift. But I think they had different agenda or different ideas about racing, and they parted ways. And CB Arcade developed the software in a hurry and it looked awful. There is no way around that. Okay, it's a shame, but it was my front derailleur. I wasn't pushed it to full front, so it's an analog one with the TT shifter. Okay, here we go. Second lap. Okay, I'm not submitting it, I did that. So let's go back to the start line again, third lap. What I miss is that I can't turn elsewhere than left here, so I can't go to the com, I have to go out on the road and turn back. Yeah, I'm sure I'm addicted. I find it fun. So I have to go back to the start line, but I can't turn left at the start line again. I have to go past the crossroad and turn back, and so that's. I really should introduce something like left and right turns at the end of a route. So here we go again. So as you see, I can't turn left here. I don't know why. That's probably because it was an experimental feature that's introduced. So as they told us, they actually did not expect it, the popularity to shoot up that quickly like it did. We expected a couple of thousand of participants, and they had 20,000 or something like that. That's a way to do cycling. Submerge under the ground. Okay, let's go. Let's just center it. Start, shall we? So third lap, after that I will go back to the flat, or probably I will go to the com because it's, oh yeah, I can't turn right. Anyhow, I will see. So here I lose a half star at least. I wonder why. It's still an okay line, but why? I don't really get it. Again, an okay line inside the turn, but my sensitivity is down now for the turn. Anyhow, let's continue on the journey, shall we? And here I hit the side, I still got a nice line. Why? Yeah, probably it's rigged. Now I think I'm missing something at the turn. Probably I should follow the blue line more closely. I'll see about that. Okay. That's more fun, right? It would also be nicer to have a threshold for the side of the route. I mean, now you hit the wall and that's it, you slow down. It would be nice to have a line of which you cross and you gain resistance, and another line more outward where you stop when you hit it. So first there is a threshold zone of which you cross, you will gain resistance on the trainer, but you have wider road. Probably that's one of the best views, except I don't know what's happening in front. And my screenshot, of course. An interesting thing about the Middle East with the politics, because both the US and the Russians want to control it, and they are developing people to control it, to control the people and to control the Middle East. And after a while these people turn on them, turn on the US, turn on the Russians. But as the US dollar is oil based, not gold, it's a tough call. Regardless of the president, it's a tough call. The personality of the president is a different matter, or another matter, I would say. Yes, it's a mess. Russia don't want to let the US to get away with all the oil reserve capacity there. But the US don't want to have a leader there without they can enforce their policies. So yeah, it's dirty business. Politics and money, nothing else. No, whatever they say, it is no human driven side of this. Look just what happened in Syria. And I don't care if, yeah, a lot of migrants are buggers, and they are knifing women and killing people, and they should be sent back and have their balls chopped off. But on the other side, when you see a picture with a 3-year-old and his brothers and sisters drowned, and on the beach laying face down in the sand, 3-year-old. I mean, what the fuck did he have to do anything with it? And his family had to flee because politics made war in the region, and he drowned. I was very upset by this picture. I would say that every politician, regardless of Democrats, Republicans, Hungarian, Russian, Australian, whatever, every politician or businessman who places influence and money in front of humanity, humans as a race, they place the profits and political influence in front of our whole race. They should be sent to the moon with one pack of oxygen and live happily ever after. That's my 2 cents. And I don't care about which side they are on. If you go down that road, I don't think it ever turned out right. Hung up people, because you will end up with a lot of collateral damage. But yeah, actually they say the people are in control of modern politics, but we are not. We are controlled by big money, big pharma, big oil and such. Especially nowadays politics. But if they have money, they can generate news which are not true, or bending the true news, and they are hooked on it. We solved it with my wife that we don't have a TV at home, we don't have a cable subscription, we are not watching the Hungarian news. Every now and then, a couple of times a month, I visit multiple news sources. I don't know whether Fox News, CNBC, Hungarian news, European news. Try to filter out the bullshit. That is tough. Yeah, media is a tool. The other problem is we are not quantifying what the politicians are doing based on absolute measurements. We are quantifying what they are doing on a relative one. So if I like a politician and they are doing, I don't know, something let's say, against migrants, and I don't like migrants, then I approve it. Yeah? But I'm not checking if it's good for humanity or for my country. I'm just supporting him because he's doing what I expect he does. But they're generating hate already via the media, so it's a vicious circle. Anyhow, that's the politics. Now let's go do some comp. It's already close by. Now the huge wires, it's a different matter, I think, because why I can't turn. Okay, here we go. Jersey's okay, I know Jersey's right directionally. So I think huge wire is off the table. Yeah, no problem. I have my opinion. I'm trying to be polite, but one thing I got upset about, when it's not only adults and politicians who got hurt, but kids and third parties, and it's not good. It's not good. So I do think that a huge war is off the table, because a huge war never profits anybody. During a huge war, you ramp up the steel production and such, but oil will suffer, yeah? Let's say there is a huge war, something like World War II, and let's hope that not a more drastic scale. Then people will stop traveling. Kerosene and petrol and diesel consumption falls back. Big Pharma, on the other hand, ramps up. But yeah. Thank you, people. Thanks. I don't think we should hate each other because of different opinions. I think we should hate the politicians because supporting and raising the hate based on these different opinions. Oh, by the way, while we're at the big war, I read an interesting opinion about World War One and World War II. Now, a couple of historians raised the idea that World War II actually wasn't a separate war to World War I, but it was World War I from 1914, and then after 1920 they had a peaceful time, and then they started again. So it was one long continuous war with a longer cold period, and that's an interesting idea, because actually the political decisions made by the end of World War I supports these ideas. Yeah, part 1, part 2. Yeah, and you have a bio break in the meantime. But yeah, the tension was high in Middle Europe and how can I say, East-Western Europe. So the eastern part of Western Europe, Austria, Germany and such. We started the war. Hungary got drafted into it. We are still arguing with each other who was at fault, but I think we are at fault. That. So yeah. And after the resources got depleted, they put an end to it, they thought, but this end was highly politically motivated. Again, money. They chopped off most of Hungary, so we were easily thrown into the second one. They modify the borders, they put restrictions on Germany. And one thing they don't handle well, when they got restricted, so yeah. Which nation handles that well, yeah? And when they had the first opportunity with Hitler, they started to raise army again. But actually it's not an impossible thing to think about, that it was one continuous war. Yeah, this road is Titan's Grove. You can get there, the most easy way is Watch Quest to visit, but then you continue on Epicom, I think, if you want to visit this and the flat part of Fuego Flats. Then you have to choose Sand and Sequias. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah. Big money always helps their own interests and the people who serve it. Coal, yeah, but they were shifting to oil. That's why the Middle East was so important to Hitler. Okay, not only for Hitler, but for the German army to get hold of the oil reserves. The US actually sets up, how do you say that? Strawman? You know the term? It's a middleman. So the US sets up middlemen to make country leadership fall. And they place their own puppets there. After a while these puppets gets angry with all the orders and directions, and then they think they can do everything and they are starting their own agenda. But of course the US doesn't like that. And they create another strawman to put down the government, to put another puppet there. But the US, the Russians are the same. We don't have to go back that far to Stalin, Lenin and Hitler. Let's go back to Syria a few years ago. Yeah, but the same happening now in Iran. ISIS is practically destroyed, and now the people who helped destroy it don't want to obey the control of the US and the Russians. Probably the Russians have a small advantage because they're usually not the one you want to fuck with. They are close, you know, that's one thing. And they are remorseless by default, so the first thing you can count on, the Russians sitting back. I'm thinking to get a new logo. I bought this one, but still thinking to create my own. Not on my own, but my wife's brother is a graphic artist, and we talked about it during Christmas. So I would like to have a separate logo, and this distinguished from the others, not the Epicom desert pets. So probably after that. I would like to have a go riding a bike, yeah, that's for sure. I don't have the picture, but he already drawn me, already made a surprise drawing for me for Christmas, a bull riding a bike, and that was what stamped the idea to create my own logo for me. And I would like a bull riding a bike and a bull running, probably a bull swimming. I'm thinking, as I'm back into triathlons this year, still thinking about it's a good idea to have one logo with the 3 disciplines or have separate logos. I think if I have the space for the logo with 3 disciplines, if I switch from this one what I currently have, I think it would be nice. Thanks, I'm not that creative. My creative side is very basic. But thank you. You know, these swim, bike, runs logos for triathlons you can find on the net, thinking about similar lines. Probably put it in a circle, because the circle is never ending. From top to right, swimming, cycling, running, and repeat. Well, I like music. I don't have a specific type of music or specific artist I like. Sometimes I listen classicals. I write for a few minutes more. No, I will write to 1 hour. I'm already a little bit late. So yeah, it's about that. Art is something I don't know if I missed it or not. I can appreciate this and that, but I'm not good with art. I'm not really late. Cotton, I just started to ride until 7:15 and it's 7:14, so and I have to travel to school today, learning about tariff codes and such. So yeah, fun. But it's good that you reminded me, because I was lost in my thoughts. So this is it. I wonder about these roads. That one goes there. Where does it go? Can see that here, but probably for a future update. Take care, Corton. Thank you for the chat, and good night for you. So that was a quite nice session, I would say, in freeride. I enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. Yeah. The Hungarians are still sleeping, lazy buggers. I'm happy for the US crowd. No, seriously, thank you guys. Makes it much more entertaining. So let's see what we did here today. Yeah, answer is not really high, the power distribution as well. But if you check the timeline, you can see the 3 Repack Ridge route. Almost identical, yeah? Let's just take a screenshot, of course. 2 slices of pizza, 42 TSS. Not bad. Chatters. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it at that late hours for you and early for me. So I'm about to sign off. Thank you again for the chat. Thank you for tuning in. See you tomorrow with the Gran Fondo. I still don't know if I start at 10 AM 3 p.m. Central European time. If it's 10 p.m., 10 a.m., then it's 3 hours from now. If it's 3 p.m., then it's 8 hours from now. I'm undecided. It depends on the family schedule for tomorrow, but it will be the Gran Fondo, 97 kilometers, so I'll be there for a while, like for 3.5, 4 hours. So tomorrow will be interesting. Tomorrow will be fun and long. I need a lot of bananas and water, and I forgot to buy salt tablets, so let's hope I don't have muscle issues. Yeah, you might. Well, see you then. Take care, goodbye, good night. See you next time, tomorrow, most likely.